All right, guys. So, a big trailer for the upcoming Last of Us HBO Max show had come out today. I took a look at it. I'm not going to show it on here, but this is my thoughts because I know I'm going to be asked by everybody and their mother when I stream later. What are my thoughts on this? So, we all know Last of Us, one of the most beloved video games of all time on PlayStation, came out in 2013 on the PS3, and everybody's just been excited since hearing about this upcoming television show adaptation. All controversy and division aside from the series as of late, Last of Us Part 2 kind of left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths for various reasons, as well as this latest Last of Us Part 1 remaster that came out. People kind of lost a little bit of faith in the Last of Us franchise as a whole. So I was taking a let's wait and see approach when it comes to The Last of Us on HBO. But I got to tell you guys, in short, real quick, I was thoroughly impressed with what I saw. First and foremost, I liked the big budget feel that this trailer had. You saw the big aerial shots and just the environment and everything of it just looked amazing. This is everything that The Walking Dead should have been. The Walking Dead was a beloved series for me for quite some time, but then it just kind of fell flat and it really hasn't been the same in recent years. Well, this looks like this is going to be 1,000 times better than what Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead or whatever other stupid spin-off that AMC is going to be having for that franchise. This looks like it's a breath of fresh air. It's a different take on the zombie apocalypse. And this, more importantly, looks like it is going to be faithful to the product. So yeah, today they dropped it. After announcing this, TV show, it was in development since 2020, so they've had a couple years. And basically, Neil Druckmann and I believe Chernobyl creator Craig Mazin are working together on this series. So people are going to find something to complain about regardless. I'm sure in the comments down below, you guys are going to be like, Eric, what do you mean you are freaking, excited about this? Blah, 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 blah. Well, the new trailer dropped today for Last of Us Day. Yeah, today is Last of Us Day. And I believe this exact date is when the apocalypse or the pandemic happened in the video game series. So if you're not familiar with the game, I know some of you guys might have not played it. For me, I finally played Last of Us Part 1. I played it right before Part 2 came out. But basically, here's the official synopsis from HBO. The story takes place 20 years after modern civilization has been destroyed. So Joel, who's the main character in the video game, he's played by Pedro Pascal, who's Mandalorian. A hardened survivor is hired to smuggle Ellie, who's played by Bella Ramsey, a 14-year-old girl, out of an oppressive quarantine zone. What starts as a small job soon becomes a brutal, heartbreaking journey as they both must traverse across the United States and depend on each other for survival. So that's kind of spoiler free for the most part. I'm sure most of you guys, if you're watching this and you're interested, you're already familiar with the game. It's very tragic. There's a lot of very heartbreaking cutscenes and characters and stuff like that. And the game has its moments, especially the ending of the first game really leaves you on a oh my god, what the fuck is next type of thing. And then of course the second one came out and pissed a lot of people off. Spoiler alert, not gonna go into anything, but I'm pretty sure most people know because the game was leaked essentially. But it definitely has a warm spot. The character Joel himself with the fan base has a warm spot in a lot of gamers' hearts. And I think it's casted right. I think Pedro Pascal is going to be a good Joel. I think he could really work it. I don't know too much about the actor that's going to be playing Ellie, but I think that we're going to see some good acting here based on what was in the trailer, which again, it was dropped today. It looked like there was going to be some very emotional scenes of dialogue between both of these characters. And the most important thing is the interaction between these two. Because that's where the emotions at, and a lot of the plot is driven in their relationship and the journey that they're taking for him to smuggle her across. It's kind of weird. In a weird way, it's almost like Pedro Pascal is playing another Mandalorian, and that Ellie is the baby Yoda slash Grogu of this series because he's smuggling baby Yoda around too in the Mandalorian series. So it's like another, um, you know, protector and a young child type of dynamic that he's really good at, and you can see it on here. Now, taking a look at an article, again, this was released today to celebrate The Last of Us Day, marking the date of the outbreak in the game series. Now, there is a game designer that reacted to this trailer. He told Entertainment Weekly they really, really care about the art direction. That 2-second clip of the infected embedded in the wall, that looks like it's right out of the game. So if you watch this, you know those infected creatures that just make that clicky noise, like that absolutely terrified me in the fucking game when you have to go into a building and there's a ton of them. That creature in this trailer looks fucking phenomenal. It doesn't look like terrible, horrible CGI. Stranger Things, I fucking love you. But your Demogorgons and your characters that are like the enemies, they need a lot of work. You know what I mean? I think they look like they did a great job just in the way that the characters look, especially that creature in this. Also, the settings, like the outdoor stuff and everything like that, just look beautiful. Like, it didn't look like terrible CGI or anything like that. Whatever computer graphics they're using, again, it looks like it's all going to be true to the series, which is more important than anything. Whenever there's a video game adaptation of a TV show or a movie that comes out throughout the years, it's always been terrible, or it's always been hit or miss. Very seldomly, Sonic the Hedgehog, do we get something that a lot of people are like, okay, we can agree that this is badass. I mean, think of some of the Mortal Kombat movies and stuff, like this newest one. For the most part, I thought it was all right as far as the art direction goes with the scenery and stuff. But there's always some kind of like criticism again. And I don't know. I think The Last of Us is a little bit more, I guess, suitable for a broader audience because it's a bigger story that has been done. Yeah, the zombie apocalypse thing has been outdone lots of times in the last decade or so because of Walking Dead and even some of the other Z Nation and stuff like that. But I think that the way that they're doing it, it just feels really big budget. The trailer shows a lot of promise in regards to that. And I think what makes something more successful is that it curates a whole generalized audience. I think a lot of times video game adaptations miss the mark because they're trying to cater to an audience, but they change too much of the original concept of what the video game was. But I think with Last of Us, knock on wood, there's no way to really fuck that up. So yeah, the way the characters look, the way that lines are delivered in the trailer, things like that, I felt and looked like it is going to be true and authentic to what Last of Us was. Now, I don't know how long they signed on for this, how many episodes there's going to be with this Last of Us series, but this trailer has me 110% hyped up. Believe this is coming 2023. Have you checked the trailer out? Let me know down below, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.